Good morning, all of you. The Congress party has been raising its voice on behalf of millions and millions of people who believed in the movement of Ram Temple in Ayodhya. Millions and millions of these people who saved their hard-earned money to donate for the construction of the temple, and then after the construction was completed, as offerings to the god. We all know that families save money for years to go for pilgrims. For these pilgrimages, they save money, and then that money is also offered to the Lord across the country. But the BJP's model, the RSS's model of politics in the name of faith and a business model around temples. Now, this business model around temples is daylight dacoity. It's a daylight dacoity not just of the offerings, jewelry, money, valuables that people offer to the Lord, but also dacoity of our faith, of our trust, of the confidence that we have in the trust that was constituted by the Prime Minister's office on the directions of the Supreme Court. The trust which was entrusted the task of maintenance and upkeep of the temple, of regulating all the pilgrims, of being custodians of the offerings which people made to the Lord. And that trust was constituted, as I said, by the Prime Minister's office and by the RSS. They take credit of the construction of Ram Temple in Ayodhya. Though the temple was constructed on the orders of the Supreme Court. But who is taking the credit? Narendra Modi, RSS, Amit Shah. Now when they have been caught red-handed stealing from the offerings, Prime Minister is silent. RSS is quiet. Amit Shah is absent. Who will take responsibility of this daylight robbery? Why is the Prime Minister quiet? You can't arrest junior officers, junior employees, and allow the senior people who were supposed to be watchdogs to get away scot-free. That's what is happening in Ayodhya. There is an attempt to protect someone. Whether that someone is in Delhi or Nagpur, we don't know. But there is somebody or a group which is senior who is being protected. We have been raising our voice. We have been asking questions. We have been raising our demands on behalf of a lot of believers. Nobody has a right to defame the Hindu faith. Nobody has a right to backstab that faith the way RSS and BJP has done in Ayodhya and elsewhere also. There are reports coming from Badrinath temple. There are reports coming from another temple, Baglamukhi temple in Madhya Pradesh. That right, I am afraid nobody can give. These are self-appointed thekedars, contractors, custodians of my faith, of our faith. And look what they have done in the name of faith. I'll give you some examples which are very startling. There is a company called L&T. L&T offered that they will construct this temple free of cost. 1 rupee they'll charge. No. 2,100 crores was spent on construction of this temple. When there is a company which is willing to construct it free of cost, why do you have to spend 2100 crore rupees? A stone supplier from my state, Rajasthan, if you see the facade of the temple, they've used the Dholpur stone. Dholpur stone comes from my state. So there is a stone supplier from my state who offered to supply stone free of cost, again charging 1 rupee. No. The trust decided to buy stone 500 rupees per square feet. That's the 1 square feet stone right here. So 500 rupees per square feet. When there is a person willing out of his faith to donate that stone free of cost, why do you have to spend so much money? I'll give you a third example. A land was purchased by this trust 7-8 kilometers away from the temple for 86 crores. And now on that land they were growing cattle feed. Believe me, there is no Gaushala attached to the temple. So who were you growing this cattle feed for? That land was bought by the trust at the price which is 8 times higher than the market price. What was happening in the name of faith in Ayodhya? What is still happening in the name of faith in Ayodhya? Raises very, very important questions. We have asked the Prime Minister to speak up. We have also asked that this trust should be dissolved and a new trust should be constituted with religious leaders, activists, people who are influential in the society, who have a good name in the society. They should constitute the new trust. And we want to know if everything was so transparent and nothing was going wrong. Why was Champat Rai removed? Why was Anil Mishra removed? Why have 8 or 9 people been arrested? Why was the CCTV footage removed? We demand a digital forensic investigation of all their accounts, of everything. A complete forensic audit is required of donations, offerings, land deals, the same land being bought again and again. There are several examples of that. So, in the name of Maryada Purushottam, Lord Ram, anybody found stealing, misusing the name, needs to be punished, howsoever high he or she may be occupying that office. Even if that office belongs to Delhi, even if somebody sitting in Nagpur is responsible for this theft, that person needs to be brought to book for the sake of millions and millions of people who contributed to the construction of this temple and who also offered their belongings, their valuables to the God. We have demanded a time-bound inquiry under the supervision of a Supreme Court judge, sitting judge. If the government has nothing to hide, why are they running away from this demand? This so-called SIT, people don't have much faith in this SIT. People want an independent inquiry. The SIT report was submitted to a member of the trust, the same trust which is under question mark. So, entire country is shocked at the way 30 years, for 30 years RSS, BJP, Vishwa Hindu Parishad collected money in the name of Lord Ram. Nirmohi Akhada accused the Vishwa Hindu Parishad of siphoning off 1400 crores some 25 years ago. No investigation. Nothing. Over the last 30 years, thousands and thousands of crores have been collected by RSS and Vishwa Hindu Parishad and BJP and siphoned off. This is the business model of theft. Your questions, please. questions on this subject first.
Finally, on a broad level, why this question being raised from Tirunelveli? The reason why you come to Tirunelveli to raise this particular issue on Ram Mandir, the context.
We have done 50 press conferences. Today we'll be doing, I think this is the 50th press conference. Across the country, in all major cities, because these are the cities, these are the states from where BJP tried its best to hide behind the Lord Ram, collect money, try and get votes, and betray the trust of millions and millions of people across the country. Not just in the country, but also outside the country, the diaspora living outside the country. Therefore, we felt there was a need to go to all these important cities, all these important centers, and expose the wrongdoing of RSS, BJP and Vishwa Hindu Parishad.
In fact, in Sabrimala, when the loot happened, it was the BJP who came out first, accusing the government of having a role, and they said, you just can't pick up some Deva support officials and, run away from your responsibility. So what do you think, what the ruling government at the center is doing regarding this?
Very selective in their outrage. In Sabrimala, yes, you are right, they also came out. But when it comes to their own wrongdoings, the Prime Minister is quiet. All top leaders of BJP are quiet.
The FIR does not have names of any of the trustees. So far, the SIT has also found that around 80 lakhs have been recovered. What is the number that Congress is talking about in terms of the amount that is stolen? Because SIT says only 80 lakhs.
That's a very important question that you asked. Before this scam got exposed, the daily collection of Ayodhya was 16 lakhs every day. After the exposure, the collection has gone up to 24-25 lakhs a day. So you calculate, this is just the money, the rupee, the cash. There is a particular accusation raised by the Sindhi community that they had offered 200 kilograms of silver. Till date, we don't know where that silver is. They haven't shown that silver. They've just shown recovery of 80 lakhs and some ornaments, some jewelry. But a lot is missing. So, we haven't really arrived at an exact figure because of lack of transparency. But if you roughly calculate, if the offerings have gone up from 15-16 lakhs to 24-25 lakhs, calculate from the last 4-5 years, and you will arrive at a figure.
And Mr. Khera, apart from these press conferences, why are you shying away from having public protest on this issue?
We are doing it in Uttar Pradesh. Our Pradesh Congress Committee is doing it. They are on the roads. In fact, they were put under house arrest. Our PCC president and all our senior leaders of Uttar Pradesh were put under house arrest. So at every level, we are raising this issue.
But don't you think it should be a nationwide?
It will. This is the reason why we are doing press conferences. So there are various levels of protest. You're right. We will be doing it.
When the Pran Pratishtha happened, the top leaders of the Congress party, Sonia Ji, Kharge, nobody attended calling it a political event. Now, when the scam came out it was on July 7th, that Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh took out a march and did havan outside the temple and even said Rajiv Gandhi was crucial in opening the locks of the temple. So, what is the stance of the Congress party?
Look, not just some of us. The Shankaracharya, Swami Avimukteswaranand ji, was asked, why haven't you gone to the temple? He came up with a beautiful response. And that sums up the feelings of millions of Hindus. That this has become the collection center for RSS. Instead of a temple, they are using it as a collection center for RSS, and therefore Swami Avimukteswaranand ji said that he hasn't gone to the temple. You use temples as collection center for your money, and you use your own Nagpur headquarters and your BJP headquarters as pilgrim centers. And if you come with me to Delhi, I'll take you to the newly constructed headquarters of RSS in Delhi, in Jhandewala. I have travelled across the world a lot. I have travelled across the country a lot. I have not seen a more lavish, a more luxurious building as the RSS headquarters in Delhi. You come with me to the BJP headquarters in Delhi. You and I have heard of and perhaps visited some 7-star properties in the country. If there is something called 14-star, it's the BJP headquarters in Delhi. Is this why you are looting temples? Is this why you are indulging in large-scale corruption? Where is that money coming from? You ask us, why have we not gone to the temple? We ask you, why have you misused this temple? Why have you betrayed the faith and trust and confidence of people, of millions and millions of Hindus? That's the question all of us have in our minds.
Shri, would you like to take some other questions apart from this temple?
If this is over.
When you say that people have lost trust in the trust, so you are considering to be part of the new trust which you are...
Please bring religious leaders. Please bring the Shankaracharyas. After all, they should be the custodian of our faith. Not Mohan Bhagwat, for God's sake. Not Narendra Modi, for God's sake. Why should Amit Shah be the custodian of my faith? Why should Mohan Bhagwat sitting in Nagpur be the custodian of my faith? The custodians of my faith are the Shankaracharyas. And they should be entrusted the task of managing this temple.
The trust was formed in 2020 in pursuant to the 2019 Supreme Court judgment. So when a political party raises a question that it has to be, that the resolution has to be done, has your party even checked a possibility whether Supreme Court can take a decision on it, or is it just a political rhetoric?
Supreme Court can take a decision on?
On whether, because it was pursuant to the ruling by the Supreme Court, this trust was formed in 2020. Yet,
But I must ask you, did the Supreme Court tell the Prime Minister's office who should be the trustees? Which gentleman should be a trustee? No. That was the choice of the Prime Minister's office and RSS, not the Supreme Court. Supreme Court did not give you names of people who should be appointed as trustees. Why did you keep the Shankaracharyas out? Why did you fill that trust with RSS? What was Nripen Mishra doing there? Where was he looking after the construction? So these are questions that need to be asked. And these are questions that need to be answered by the Prime Minister.
Another subject.
Let's first focus on this. In case the questions are over on this, then you are most welcome.
Today there are some PILs before the Supreme Court demanding CBI inquiry. Will the Congress be okay with it, or you are demanding?
Our demand is Supreme
SC
Court.
monitored?
We have asked for a SC monitored time-bound probe. Because agencies also, people have question marks on agencies. Most cases, more ED than CBI, but most cases these agencies are becoming extensions of the BJP.
So, Mr. Khera, in fact, Rahul Gandhi has been fighting a battle in the parliament and outside as well against Mr. Adani. And you are newly sworn in Chief Minister here in Kerala, been accused of teaming up with him because in the Vizhinjam port there is a stake, Vizhinjam, they are offloading the stake, Adani port. And in a rarer corridor, there is a doubt being raised by the opposition that it has been opened up for the private sector with the corridor. So there are, and also in a liquor deal where this low alcohol liquor is being given a tax cut in the state budget, in a finance bill here. So how do you see this? Because there is
Look, I haven't really gone into these details of the state government right now. It's a new government, so I think I would not like to comment on issues that I haven't studied personally. Having said that, Mr. Gandhi has also been very clear. We are opposed to monopolization. We are opposed to monopolies. And that's a stand which we have taken all along.
CGP strike is entering another phase. Sonam Wangchuk's health is also worsening. What is the stand of
Sorry?
opposition? CGP strike in Delhi is entering another phase. Sonam Babu helped us also deteriorate. What is the stand of Congress?
I would like to draw your attention and your memory to what happened 15 years ago, 14 years ago, when Anna Hazare was sitting on a fast unto death. We were in power, we were in government. I wouldn't say power, we were in government. Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister. On the 5th or 6th day of his fast, the government showed a lot of sensitivity and started a dialogue with them. 4th day actually, I was part of that dialogue. Pranab Mukherjee Sahab, Salman Khurshid ji, a lot of our leaders were directly engaging with the team of Anna Hazare. On the 4th day itself, that's the kind of sensitivity our government had shown. Though we were at the receiving end of all the questions, of all the accusations, of all the demands, and why not? Activists have a right to do that, and it's our duty to listen to them. So as part of our duty, we started engaging with them. Not just engaging with them, we asked them to draft the Jan Lokpal bill. And I remember very clearly on the 10th day of his fast, at night, 11 o'clock, Vilas Rauji Deshmukh, who is no more, went and met him. He was accompanied by me and some other leaders of our party. And the Lokpal bill draft was finalized outside the tent at Ramlila Maidan, Anna Hazare ji, Vilas Rauji Deshmukh and other people of his team. And on the 11th day, his fast ended. Today is the 16th day of Sonam Wangchuk's fast. Have you seen a single representative of the government approaching him? That's the level of insensitivity this government has towards activists. You saw what they did to the farmers. 750 farmers were killed. They died. You've seen what they did to the NEET activists, the youth. Anybody who asks questions to Narendra Modi is an anti-national. Dr. Manmohan Singh was Prime Minister for 10 years. He engaged with the media, he engaged with the activists, he engaged with his critics. Before him, they were Prime Ministers. Even Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji used to engage. Narasimha Rao ji used to engage. Rajiv ji was known to be very well known for this. Indira ji. Every Prime Minister realized that this is a democracy, appreciated the fact that engagements, conversations need to take place. Here is the first government which is so insensitive that a 60-year-old, 59-year-old man has entered the 16th day of his fast, no engagement. Prime Minister is, I think, back now. He's busy giving melody toffees to somebody in Italy.
But what is opposition stand?
Engage with the people who are asking questions. That's our stand. You are in power, you have to engage. Why are you not engaging? Nobody is your enemy. You are in power, therefore questions will be asked to you, demands will be made of you, criticism also will have to face. But for God's sake, please engage.
Are you supporting the CJP protest or not?
The issues raised by anyone need to be supported. We support all issues raised by anyone in this country. We don't call them anti-national. Whether we are in power or we are in opposition, these are issues which we all support. In fact, if you've seen, and I'm sure you have, Kota in Rajasthan saw a huge gathering in the series which Mr. Gandhi started there, Chhatron Ki Goonj, the echo of the youth, of students. And 17th, again, he's doing it in Dehradun. So, we have been consistently raising the voice, the issues faced by the youth of this country who prepare for exams and the papers get leaked. They reappear for the exams. There is no faith people have in the examination system of this country.
Sir, it's been a week after Wayanad landslide, and BJP is now questioning that MP Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has not visited Wayanad yet.
So if we visit, they will say they are disrupting the relief work. If we don't visit, they'll say, oh, they haven't visited. Fact of the matter is, we have a sensitive, responsible government in Kerala. Therefore, there is no immediate need to disrupt the relief work. We need to go where, like Hathras we went, because we knew the government there is insensitive. And to flag the issues, a visit of this kind was required.
You see, on the temple control, I'm asking about a broader
Sure.
issue of temple control. You see, in Kerala, in Congress ruled states also, it is the state control of temple, then there is pilfering, there is stealing happening. Whether it's private trust, now it has been alleged that private trust is also stealing. So you are saying that there should be a court monitor audit of temples. Wouldn't this standard should be applied for all the temples, whether it is state controlled or not? Because here we see in Sabrimala, it was the state controlled temple, there has been stealing. Whether it is private also, there is stealing. So shouldn't this standards apply to all the temples?
Well, this is an important debate that we need to have in this country. I'm glad you've asked this question because time has come for this kind of a debate. What happened in Ayodhya is unprecedented for several reasons. Ayodhya was a temple that was constructed after 30 years of politics around that issue. Through a Supreme Court order, it got constructed. The trust was made because of the Supreme Court order. But all through these 3 decades, we've seen one particular party, one particular ideology, one organization called the RSS and the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, misusing the movement, misusing the faith of people, not just for votes but also for money. So this model needs to be exposed as soon as possible. This exposure is required so that no other party, never again in future, has the courage to misuse the faith of people, to betray the faith of people. Anyone else? Any other topic? Thank you. Thank you very much.